And in the last session, we are looking into what array list, right? So we are looking into the array list. This is an example of array list. Okay. So array list is a class which is present in java.util package. Okay, util package. The array list is there. When do we go for array list? Duplicate elements are allowed. Insertion order is reserved. In that case, we should go for what? Array list. Screen is visible, right? No, you are not responding, guys. Please. Okay. Fine. So here the array list is mainly used for duplicates are allowed. Insertion order is preserved. In that case, we should go for what? We should go for an array list. Okay. So to remember these points, the array list usually we can use the collections. Basically, usually we can use the collections to hold and transfer the object from one locator to another locations. To provide support for requirement, we need to implement the class collection. Array list and vector class are implements so that randomly element we can access with the same speed. Okay, we can access with the same speed. So whenever we are accessing a data, in that case, we should go for what? We should go for a random access interface. Basically, as I told you, random access is one of the marker interface. It does not have any empty interface. We are saying as an marker interface. So when do we go for array list? Insertion and deletion is in the middle for the worst choice for the array list, because if you are inserting or deleting in between the array list, the many shifts are going to be happen. So it's take a time. So it is very worst choice for inserting and deletion in the middle of the array list. For retrieval it is a best choice, because the retrieval based on the indexes we are going to be retrieving an object. That's what the best use for. It's the best when do we go for the array list. If our requirement is retrieval, in that case the array list is a best or a suitable collection class. Now every collection class having a toString methods, means internally it is implementing a toString, because these are all the objects, right? Those objects we cannot be work on it. So I need to print the data. So in that case, I should go for toString method. Okay. Let me go to your array list. So many methods are there in the array list. As I told you, add, remove, and also if you want al dot add all is used for collections to collections. Let's say I will tell one more example, same example I'm trying to be working. I'm creating one more array list al1 equal to new of array list. So this is another array list. Now al1 dot add, just I'm adding, now I'm adding al1 dot 1, 2, 3, 4. Next al1 dot add all, sorry, add false. These are the three values for the array list. Now I should go for adding from one array list to another array list. This is the earlier al. Now I am adding one more collection al 1. Okay. So when I print the AL, it will print all both the elements. AL. Now we can save it. Now run the Java application. Yes. Both array lists are added. So we can add from one array list to another array list. This is the simple example. Let me take one more example. Take a class test 2. Now here I'm writing a main method. Just I'm creating an array list. Array list. So this is for unique elements, guys. Let me print here. String type only I can allow string elements al, or you can say it is equal to new of array list. Okay. This is only it will store the string element. We can write here string. This is also fine. Okay. Now I can try to add only string element. So it is dot add only string you are getting, right? So here I'm saying Bangalore. Now cities dot add on Pune. Now city add Hyderabad. City add night. It is allowed here strings. So if I'm trying to add the numbers, it will not be taken. It is reflecting an error. Because already I'm telling that this array list contains only what type of data? String data. Right? Will not allow to be add these. So this is what customize. Only we can requirement is only I can store the string element. If you want to print, you can print it. So, so now I can print the data. Yes. Now I want to check in this list Pune is there or not. So what I have to do, I should use dot out dot then where I'm trying cp dot contains what Pune. If it is there, then I can get the result. Right? Always the contents will return what? True or false. Yes. This are not, if I'm making a small p, what happen? Let me run this. Why I'm getting a false? Because p is a cap small letter here. Java is a case sensitive, and that would be the that's what you are getting a false. So when I say it is applicable. Now like this, you have to be work on it. So this is what simple array list. If I say here web element, when you're coming with the Selenium, it will only use to store the elements. Means in a single page, you are getting a different elements with the same IDs. Number of elements are same. In that case, I should be used for this array list because duplicates are allowed. Insertion order is preserved. Okay, so you can go for looping also. I should print the using for loop all cities. Let me print. How do I print it? By using for loop. We take int of I equal to index is 0. I is less than. How do we find? There is a method called cities dot size method. I need to be use it. Then I use. Now just I can print one by one. How do I print? is dot get of index I value. Now it will print one by one lm. Let me run this. Yes, getting or not. So it is 2 ln. This we can make here by using for loop. I can print the value. So now here I can say using for loop. With the same thing, I can go for each also. That is also possible. Let me try. Yes, using for loop. Now let me go for each. How do I print those values? Using for each. Now let me take for. So what type of value it is? Say here uh, string name. Is it work? Let me type it cities. So now I can take print the name. Let me save and try to run this. Yes, this is also possible. And if you are using a cursor, I will tell you how do you use those cursors in the upcoming sessions. Just you can keep in mind how do we use a array list. So when do we go for a array list? So when do we go for array list? If duplicates are allowed, insertion order is reserved. In that case, I should go for what? I should go for what? Array list. Now, next one, linked list. What happened in the linked list? So underlying data structure for the linked list is double A linked list. Okay, double A linked list. Insertion order is reserved. Duplicates are allowed because it's extended, it is implemented by list. So which classes are implemented by list? Duplicates are allowed. Insertion order is reserved. In that case, it will be happen. Now, heterogeneous objects are allowed, means different forms of data also I can allow. Null insertion is possible. Linked list implements serializable clonable interfaces, but not random access. As I told you, which classes implements random access, those classes are what? The accessing purpose, very important. So no. Now, so as I comparing with the linked list and the array list, the best choice for insertion and deletion between the linked list. But worst choice for retrieval. But the array list is what? If my requirement is retrieval operation, in that case I should go for what? Array list. Okay. But if I want to delete in between or in the middle of any list, in that case I should go for what? Linked list, because insertion and deletion, because look at here different kinds of items. Let's say item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. If I want to delete the item 4, what happen? This item will be deleted and these connections will be so no need to be worry about it. But why the retrieval operation is was here? Because if I want to find this third item, for the third item address is where? In the second item address for item 1. So if I want to be retrieve the element from the third, what I have to do? I should go for item 1, then I can go for item 2, then I can go for item 3. So this item 3 address is present in its previous element. So that's what the worst choice for retrieval operation, the best choice for insertion or deletion in the middle. Okay. Now look at. So in the linked list, some specific methods are there. Already these are the specific methods that I need to be using. What are the specific methods for the linked list? Add first, add last, get first, get last method, remove first, remove last. These are all what? Special methods which is available for linked list. Okay. So look at here one I given one example. So this linked list having a these elements. So it is inserted A, pen, A, null. Okay. When I print, it will get A, pen, A, null, right? Now, if I say L dot set, L dot set is what? L dot set basically add the element with the specified indexes. Okay. So here also I can add Johnny. So it replaces what? In the index of 0. Zeroth element is A. In that zeroth element, I'm adding what? Satya. So it will remove the eighth zeroth index and replace with what? Satya. When I say add 0 of Johnny. So in the zeroth element, Satya is there. This it will be at Johnny. So add and set is totally different. Set what it will do? Can replace the element from the list, but add it will do, add what it will do, add will not replace, just it will add to the first with the particular index. Okay, let's go to one by one. Let me go to classical programming example. Let me take one more example. So here I'm taking this is the use demos. Now I can go to package linked list demo. Now I'm taking one class of the test. So here I'm taking test one. I can create a main method. Let me create which one? Linked list. Linked list. Okay. List and then equal to new linked list. Now just I can say ll dot add. Here I'm saying now ll dot 100. Now ll dot add false. Now ll dot add here I'm saying ll dot add cancel. Okay. So just I can print these values. Just I can say L. Now let me run this application. The insertion order is preserved. If I say set, as I told you, ll dot set with the index 0. In the index 0, I can set the element, the Raj, just I can replace Raj Kumar. So if I am trying to print this linked list, what it will do? It will replace with the Raj to Raj Kumar. Let me save it, run Java application. This are no. Now, if as I told you, the add method, add what it will do? Add particular index. Also, I can add the element here. Just say, printing that value, and then what it will do? Add this add will do the element without making replace. Is or not? First, it becomes 0. I want to get the first element. What are the specific methods of linked list? Specific methods for the linked list is what? Add first, as I explained here. Add first, add last, get first, get last, remove first, and then remove last. These are the specific methods for linked list. Now, let me go to line dot add first. So now we go to add first. Here I'm adding one name, Kiran. Okay, now you can try to print this element, whether it is added at the first index. Let me print it. Now you can save it. Run it. Now, first it will be add Kiran. Now, let me add last. ll dot add. So here I'm adding. Okay, now I can print that data. And then now I can save it. Yes, the last it will be at the way here. So at first, at last. Now, at the first element. Now here I'm saying NL dot get first. What it will do? It will get the first element from the linked list. Now you can run this. First element I'm getting Kiran. No. Same way I can call the last element, right? LL dot get last. Right? This method, what it will do? It will return the last element from the linked list. So after that, get first, get last, add last, right? Now, other methods, add first object done, get last, remove first. So I'm trying to be remove the first element. So here I'm saying LL dot remove first element. It will remove the first element from the list. Now I can say LL dot yes, I'm printing linked list. Now, yes, remove the first element. The Kiran is the first element, so it will be removed. Now, in the same thing, if I want to remove last element, remove last, then and say LL dot, so just I can print LL. Now, we can run this. So, last element is removed. Now, these are all the predefined methods which is available in what? A linked list. Please remember, when do we go for a linked list? When do we go for an array list? So when do we go for array list? If the insertion order is sorry, if the retrieval operation, in that case I should go for array list. That's the best choice. When do we go for a linked list? If my requirement is insertion or deletion in the middle, then I should go for what? Linked list. So both are same, both are introduced in 1.2 version. Okay, and both having a duplicates, both having a heterogeneous object, both having a insertion order is preserved. But the difference between the linked list and the array list, the array list doesn't have any specific methods, but linked list has a specific methods. Which are the specific methods for the linked list? So add first, add last, remove first, okay, remove last, okay, get first and get last. These six are the specific methods which is present in your linked list. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Okay. Now, next we move on. As I explained you, we should go for list. Linked list is done right. Now, these are the specific method. So next we move on vector. The vector is also what? Is one of the legacy class. Okay, let me start with the vector. The underlying data structure is resizable array, arguable array. It is same as your array list. Now duplicates are allowed. insertion order is also preserved. Heterogeneous objects are allowed. Null insertion is possible. The vector implement serializable, clonable, random access. These three are implemented by internally vector. Vector is synchronized. Please keep in mind, vector is synchronized and your array list is not synchronized. That is a major difference between vector and array list. So vector is synchronized. Vector creates an empty vector object with default capacity same, similar to your array list. But the capacity, when it will reach the capacity 10, it will reach the capacity 10, then it will be having formula like new capacity equal to current capacity into 2. It is the double of your current capacity. But in the array list, there is not like that. In the array list, the new capacity is what? The current capacity plus 3 by 2 into plus 1. That is a formula for increasing the capacity, right? Code 1 will be given the garbage collector in the same thing. The major difference between a vector and a array list is different. So array list basically introduced in 1.2 version, vector is introduced in 1.0 version. So that's what a vector is called a legacy class. As I told you earlier, the class versions are introduced in 1.0 version. Such classes are called what? Such classes are called what? Legacy classes. So that's what the array list is not a legacy class. That's what it is not a legacy. But a vector is a legacy. The major difference between your vector and array list. Most of the interviewer asks this kind of question. What is the difference between vector and array list? Okay. Now come to the point. Vector is a synchronized and your array list is not a synchronized, guys. That is a one. Now, so the capacity, when you come up with the capacity, the array list capacity is what? New capacity equal to current capacity plus 3 by 2 plus 1. But vector is always it is a double of your current capacity. Mm. So these are all the methods, guys. Okay. So this is a legacy class. That's what the name of these vectors methods are very lengthy. Say here, if you want to add or remove, what is the method you should be used? Add element, remove element at particular index, remove all elements. This is for add remove perspective. When you go for a find to find the element, then element at index, first element, last element. Okay. There is a special method called size capacity. You should be implement with the help of enumerator also. Later we can know about eliminator, sorry, emulator. Now first we go for these methods. Okay, simply I given the example vector v equal to vector, just you have to be add with the 1 to 10 number, and if you want to capacity, you will get the capacity and size also. Let me take an example. Take new class start or so we create new package form dot and say vector or demo. Let me click one class device new class just one. You can create main method. Now here I'm creating vector equal to u of vector. You can add it like this also. Add element or something. So we take that example only. Here in I equal to 0, I equal to 0, then I is less than, or just I can add a 10 elements. Next, I plus plus. How do I add a method? So, or it can directly e dot add element method, right? Here I can say, when I print this, it will print how many elements? It will print 0 to 9th element. Let's say run this well. So it will print 0, 9. If I want to print 1 to 10, first I can say 1. There I can say now this are 1 to 10. So here if I want to be take the elements. So as I told you, remove element the element at index or element. So you can add it. Let me print remove that element. We dot remove the index 0. 0 index is there. Let me print this. Always it will the index will be starts with 0 base. Now this 0th index will be removed. Now we dot remove particular element. The index I'm saying 5. This is a fifth index 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. Now we can save. Now we can print that vector. You can save it. To run this. Yes or no? Where is the fifth element? Fifth element is what? For this list, fifth element is 7. So here it will be removed at the index 5th. Uh, remove all elements and remove means where we remove all the elements from the vector. So say v dot remove all elements. So it will be given empty vector. Let me save. Yes, it will give the lamp empty. So these are all the methods guys. If you want to add particular fine, then you can go for these elements. First element, everything. So if you want to take a capacity, so just again, I'm trying to add an element. Okay. So we dot add element. So here I'm saying heterogeneous object. Hello. We dot add element. So here I'm adding 1, 2, 3. Now we dot add element. Here I'm adding 10 point. So if I want to print this, it will be print the vector list. I can save it. I can run this. Now here I want to be get the elements. So here I explained here the methods like object, element, at particular index you want. If you want to pass that value, it will be given you. Say v dot this is the method guys. Method is element at. Okay. Let me say element at with the index 0. What is the value it will return? It will return hello. Yes or no? Now same thing, we go for first element. So what it will return? The same element, right? So here we got first element. It will return the first element from that list. So same thing, if you want to go for we got last element, which is the last element 10.2. Okay, right? That is Now, next is last element size capacity. Let's say if I empty, when I empty all elements remove, right? So when I say here size, what will be the answer? Size, when I say size, it will give 0, right? When I say the capacity, how much element it will be stored, v dot capacity. Now the capacity should be what, 10, right? So after the 10th element, again I'm calling one more capacity here. Let's say after adding an element, I'm trying to be print the capacity. Now the capacity is changed or same? Capacity is same, but when I say the size is going to be different. Size is, we are getting, the capacity is, the size you are getting what? The size you are getting 3. So you are adding 3 elements. This is the way you should be work on the vector, guys. Okay, this is an vector. Now in the last one, which one? Stack. This is simple. Just say here, the stack is also one of the child class of your vector class. Okay, child class of your vector. As I explained in the earlier, see, vector is a class, legacy class. Stack is also a legacy class, right? Stack is also legacy class because the stack extends what? Vector. Okay, these two classes are introduced in 1.0 version. That's what it is called as an legacy class. Okay, now the stack class represents what type of operation? Last in, first out. It is, you are inserting last element, that should be the first element of your retrieval. Now it extends class vector with the 5 operations. What are the 5 operations? Push, pop, peek, empty, and a search. These 5 are the operations. These are the, as we discuss in add, remove, like the same way, stack will have its own methods. What are those methods? Push means to insert the object into the stack. Pop means we can remove and returns the top of the stack. Now, peek, what it will do? Just it will returns the top of the stack. Is it empty or not? Then you can go for empty method. Now, if you want to search, so it will be return the offset variable. Offset variable means from the top to bottom, it will going to be represent. Selenium, we are not using this stack kind of things. The major things we are using array list as well as an list and a set, both 2 and 1 are property files. Okay, don't bother about these things, but you should be aware of this one. Okay, what the stack? Stack is an child class of vector class. Stack is an child of a vector class. Okay, now stack is also one of the legacy class because it is also introduced in 1.0 version. How it will be stack work? The stack will be work in the last in first out, that is the LIFO format. This stack provides 5 special methods like push. Push is what? It will be inserted into the top of the stack. And pop is what? The pop is returns the top of, removes the top element, and it is the returns the top of the stack. Now peek, what it will do? Just it returns the top of the stack. This is very important. Pop and peek. Pop, it will remove top element and it returns. But peek, what it will do? Only it will return the top element. So if you want to verify whether the stack is empty or not, then you should go for empty. Now object is search. If you want to search the object, then you should go for search. Okay. So these are all the 5 important methods of your So as I given the example, stack is equal to new stack s dot push means to add the element into the stack. First element where it is storing in the third offset. Here B, second element. When I add this B into the stack, then you are getting the index is 1, okay, and the offset is 2. Now if you are push C is at the top, okay. When you print that element, it is print your stack, then you are printing ABC. Okay, now the system dot out dot println, when I search the A is what? Search of A is which offset? Third offset. A is what? Third offset, because it will return the offset value. Which element you are searching in the stack, that offset you are going to be returning. Now in the same thing, s dot x is there? No, right? That's what it is giving the -1. As I explained here, returns offset if available, offset is not available, then it will return the -1. Now s dot pop, what it will do? It will remove pop. What it will do? It will remove and returns the top of the stack. Is or no? S dot pop. When I say C, the top element is C. So then it will be return only A and B. Remaining things it will be return. This is what the stack operations, guys. Okay, these are very important. Here is vector, linked list, and a array list. These three are the, as I explained, these three are the child classes of list interfaces. Okay, this hierarchical structure you should know. And when do we go for a list? List is a, if you want to store group of object as a single entity, where insertion order is preserved and duplicate objects are allowed. In that case, I should go for what? In that case, I should go for what? List interface, guys. Okay. So these are all the complete list format. Right. Tomorrow class, we go for what? These cursors. How do we iterate those things? How do we use an enumerator? When do we use a iterator? Later we move on set. Once we finish the set, directly we go for uh, these things. Map. That map only just you need how to write a map, and later that map hash map we are going to be go to the map hash map and this one hash table properties. This is very important. For the Java, we are getting and setting the properties, Selenium, then we should go for properties. This is very important. Once we complete this property, your Java will be finished. Later we move on Selenium, guys. So let me stop